Hey, somebody hit the start broadcast button. It wasn't me, but apparently now we're live. Literally in the middle of a sentence and got the broadcast has started. So I don't know how that happened, but surprise. Hey everyone, I'm Donna Fox. I'm CMO of Groove. I am here with the most amazing lineup of speakers that we have for our GrooveKon. There are just a few of them here today. Another couple more are joining us live over the next few minutes, hour or so that we're going to be spending with you today. I don't want to waste any time. I know Matt has to get going in a half an hour, so I will just kick this off by saying that I am so excited to present all of these brilliant minds and more to you at GrooveKon in just a month now. It's a little over a month away, so I'm very, very excited. I will start off by introducing our partner in this event from Monetized Traffic Live, Mike Long. Mike, I'm so happy to have you here.
Hey everybody, I'm excited. Here's your these are the official event dog tags that we have for the event. They're going to be, it's going to be awesome in Cocoa Beach, November 3rd through 5th. Every moment that I spend talking about GrooveKon presents Monetized Traffic Live, it's the best deal in the world for Groove members because Mike Filsaime has twisted arms and really moved mountains. He's worked so hard on this project himself, Donna, the whole team, Joe Jablonski, Matt Seralta was right there. We've been working so hard behind the scenes, but every moment I talk about how awesome Monetized Traffic Live is going to be, and we'll certainly get to that, is a minute that you don't get to spend with Matt Lights. Matt's on a very, very short time frame here. Matt, I've known him for several years. He spoke to me at the beginning of 2017, said he knew for a fact that he was on the bleeding edge of an all-time game-changing funnel revolution. He put his money where his mouth is. The funnels he's put together using this very innovation, this very breakthrough that he's mastered himself in bots, web bots that very, very powerful and really work and integrate so many different ways with your funnel, so powerful. And there's never been a more time. Matt's funnels are 8 figures in 2021 alone. You're really going to want to pay attention to Matt and make sure to be glued to your seats when Matt is presenting and Monetize Traffic Live, November 3rd through 5th. Matt, wanted to be short and sweet because I know we're on short time with you.
Oh, my man, that means a lot. And I just want to be blunt because I knew Mike always as like the traffic guy, the SEO guy, and without a shadow of a doubt, this is the best traffic group on the planet. But I love that the theme of this entire event isn't necessarily about the traffic. Like you get a ton, you can't go to an event with this cast of characters and not learn a ton about traffic. But I love that the focus has been turned to the monetization, to the money, because if there's one thing that we've proved over and over and over is that when you know how to make the money, when you've got the mousetrap, when you build a better mousetrap, attracting the mouse with the cheese becomes the much, much easier part. And right before we flipped this thing on, we were having a little internal conversation because it's funny how you hear just the gripes about SEO is becoming harder, Facebook ads are dead. I heard the other day that webinars were dead. Well, I think this next month will be the first month that we do multi-millions of dollars in revenue in 1 month from webinars. So while everybody else has been just crying the sky is falling, what we've done is we've focused on the monetization. Like how do we take every single click that we have and multiply it in such a way that when everybody else is complaining about Facebook ads and how they're impossible to monetize, we are scaling. We just had our most profitable, right now we're in our most profitable month ever on Facebook ads. Why? Because when everybody else is coming up with these a few ways to monetize, we're maximizing every dollar using omni-channel marketing, using conversion hacks, using the best systems in the world. So when you come to this event, I'm just going to tell you right now, this event isn't just about how to do things better, because these are the smartest. Like, this isn't a cast of fame. None of us here are famous, right? You might be like, well, I don't even know who Muhammad is. They're like, none of us are internet famous. All we're doing is not doing things better than what's out there. We're doing things differently than what's out there. So I'm just going to say this right now, that this event specifically with this group of people, I believe is going to be the most powerful event. I mean, just, you know, for us to get the opportunity to work together with Mike Filsaime, you know, and Mike Long, first and foremost, is like game changer. If all you got was wisdom from those guys. But what I really want to help be a catalyst for is like us coming with this mindset of let's not do it better, let's do it different, completely different, so that every single click is maximized to its absolute extreme. Because it's that old, I'm going to screw this up, guys, with the old Warren Buffett, where he says, you know, when other people are being fearful is when you need to be greedy. When they're greedy, you're fearful. When they're fearful, you're greedy. And this, I know I mean, this is just, if there's one thing we've gotten good at over the years, it's when everybody else is like, oh my gosh, you know, Facebook ads don't work anymore. Well, great. You know what that means is the people who aren't monetizing traffic, the people who are outside, who are not on the inside with this group of people who are really doing it, they're going to drop like flies. And guess what that means for you? That means that you're exactly where you need to be. So every time there's a market correction, if you're doing it the same as everybody else during a market correction, you're screwed. I mean, how can you expect to get different results? If you're doing the same things as everybody else, you're screwed. But when you separate yourself and you actually, like, you go from being outside of the circle to inside of the circle, and you start realizing that it's not the internet famous people that are doing this stuff, it's the Jonathan Gamble. Like, did you know Jonathan Gamble quietly, right? And this, when he talks, you know how smart he is. But what you start to realize is like, okay, you know, I don't have to be this like crazy speaker, this hardcore marketer. I have to do these crazy ads, right? I just got to figure out what that bleeding edge, as Mike Long says, and get in front of it and do it differently than what everybody else is doing it. So, and guys, I just want to, you know, in regards to who's running this panel, I want to, you know, that was my pep talk. Sorry for my rant, but this is just one of those things that if I get the opportunity, I'm going to push people to get a damn ticket and get to this event, because I know what a game changer is. But like you know, as far as when you guys look at monetizing traffic, because every single person that's on this call is all similar in the fact that, you know, we just stepped back from the whole thing, saw a gap in it, and just hit it hard. But Jason, maybe we can, you know, pass it to you here, man. Like, you know, when you think about the monetizing traffic, like why is this event that every single person that's on here needs to be at?
Yeah, I was thinking about it this morning, and talking to my wife about it too, and because we were both in Orlando, and it's just, there's nothing like being around people like you see here, like you, Matt, Mohammadi, Jonathan, and then there's so many other people. You're surrounded by like millions of dollars, and you can't replace that. I can watch the live stream, but really try to come in person. There will be conversations that happen over lunch or in a hallway that you'll hear, and then those don't get recorded. So like, there's no way to record those kind of things. So that's what I have to say. It's like, we're doing certain things underground, and we want to show those to you when you're there. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this.
And this is the multi-million-dollar e-com man. That's just, it's just that's what I love about this, is like, you just look and you're just like, dude, you just quietly go about doing your business, right? Yeah. And obviously, and Jason has a huge following now, right? But he didn't do it because, yeah, you know what I mean? You stood out there and said, look at me, look at me, look at me. He did it because everybody's like, holy crap, who is this guy that's making all this money? That's awesome. And I want to, before I pass it off to Mohammadi, I want to say this, guys, is that what you're going to learn at this event, and I just want to like really throw this out as like the thing to wrap your head around between now and then, is realizing that the way that everyone here has been able to make millions of dollars and just break the mold, when each of us have our own struggle stories, right? And none of them like Mohammadi. He's been through more shit than any of us. But what we did is we recognized that this this line right here between, you know, trying to make money and then making money. As soon as you cross this threshold, this is a thing that a lot of these guru types don't want to tell you, right? They just want you to kind of just, you know, buy their stuff, do their thing, and just, you know, it'll come. And why so many people give up and quit before they reach that threshold is because this doesn't pay anything. This pays millions of dollars. And it's just, if you want to break it down in its simplest form, let's say you're, you know, whether you do SEO like Jonathan or you do paid ads, what I see 99% of advertisers doing is there's a magic line. And if that line, let's just say that line is you need to make back $1.50 on your ads for every dollar that you spend. And then once you make that back $1.50, you're profitable. It's just, you see so many people who are advertising and they spend $1 and they make back the 75 cents, or they spend $1 and they make back 80 cents, and they just quit on it. And they don't realize that when they just pick up the extra forms of monetization, right? And what do I mean by that? The automated follow-up through email, through Messenger, right? And we're going to show you these specific things. We're going to, like, I'm specifically going to get down and dirty and show you, okay, a lead comes in, you've got these 4 marketing channels to advertise. And I'm going to show you a way that you can literally, you can generate leads, one-click leads, and be able to follow up in 4 different ways. So just realizing that regardless of where you are, like if you're at, you made back 50 cents for every dollar you spend, or 75 cents, we're going to get you to that dollar, and then we're going to get you to that magic number, because once you get to that magic number, it's not like grow a little bit, it's just scale the thing to the freaking moon. Like Jonathan and his brother Donnie, he's going to share his piece. He's going to be the most humble dude you've ever heard in your life, right? Just so humble. But guess what? Once they cracked the code, what did they do? They multiplied it over and over and over and over. So the thing I want to just really drive home and encourage everybody with is that no matter where you are on that scale, there's a magic threshold. There's a magic line that when you get on the other side of that line, the whole world opens up. Jason knows this from his ecom.
Yeah,
right?
I think you were this one that said it a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anybody else put it like this, that you don't come here because you want to make like a marginal, small, like 1% gain. That's not why you're coming to the event. You want to make like a whale, like you want to make life-changing changes in your business and leap years ahead and take a big shortcut. And that's what this is. So, and that's what we're showing you. It's not these little like marginal, teeny changes that make you just tiny bits of progress ahead. It's like a whole leap ahead.
100%, because it's just the model, right? Like it's just the model. So what did Jason do in ecom? What did Mohammed do in SEO? What did Jonathan do with affiliates? Is they just came at the model completely differently, and then they stacked. And when you stack, all of a sudden you get to the point where you're like, holy smokes, I just made $1.60 because I had 4 channels of follow-up and I was following them all over the web. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean, oh, okay, we can make $100,000 more this year. No, like you got it. Once you got the system, then you just pour on. It's like freaking gasoline. And I just try to, in many ways as I can, you know, like we're gonna get so specific, and I'm gonna like, you guys thought you saw some goods last time. I'm gonna open this thing up this time, and we're gonna really get into it. And what you're gonna see is it's just like, oh man, I was really closer than I thought to it, because it's like, this is perfect example. 4 people who everybody would have thought were like overnight examples, but it was just like tweak, 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 boom, got the model, put it in place, and it's the overnight success. And what we're going to do is at Monetizing Traffic Live is just give you those models, and then give you the specific details. Like, okay, now you stack this, you put this is what connects here. And it's just, once you just stack, you're over that line, scale that sucker to the moon. And Mohammed, can you share just like, you know, how you got to where you are, man? I don't know if you're going to share your story, but you are just remarkable.
This is so powerful. Like every time that I'm sitting in a webinar with incredible people like you guys, and then a big audience, I just kind of, get some flashback of how things was for me when I first started. We have a bunch of people in this webinar. Maybe you're in the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle, and you're like trying to get that Mount Rushmore status. And like being in here right now means that you're exactly at the right place you need to be. There's like big discussion. Oh, this guy, entrepreneurship is something you have to be born with, or something that could be taught. I believe that every single person can be an entrepreneur as long as you're willing to become one. And all of you guys are right here right now is willing to become one. There's just three things that, through my experience, all those past years, I was a kid from West Africa. First time I heard SEO is from the mouth of Mike Long. Literally, the first computer I had was literally not 10 years ago, just in 2014, 15.
Wow.
I mean, all this is newer to me than pretty much almost everybody on this webinar right now. But today, because of the three factors that I'm going to mention to you guys right now, I was able to put myself in a completely different situation. From a $300 a month shared bedroom, or sharing a bedroom with somebody. I don't have anything with anybody that works in a restaurant, but if somebody works in a restaurant 7 days a week, the shoes is not something you want to get close to. I'd be sleeping, and that person would just come in, take off the shoes, no more sleep for the rest of the night. And I endured that. I went through that. And I might have been still be somewhere close to those shoes if I did not take advantage of what was presented to me back in 2016 and put in the resources and the self and the actual actions that I needed to take personally to get to that place to change my life. Otherwise, I would still be close to those shoes somewhere, right? So when you have the willingness to be an entrepreneur, what you need is the education. And you guys are here. We have an event coming up, one of the biggest event of the year. What, like, some of you might have been in MTL like recently in Orlando, and this one is going to be amplified to a whole different level because Groove is here, and you damn sure it's going to rock, right? You're going to get the right education. After the education, I believe you just need to get the right mindset. You got the education, and you need to be in a circle where people are going to give you the right mindset. And there's nowhere else to be than monetizing traffic live with Groove in November. Literally, an event might have been someone that I've seen. Jason was talking recently about, oh, you can do live, but we want you to come to the event. Like, coming to the event, if you don't have any travel restriction, there should not be a reason why you wouldn't come live. Because I've seen Mike Long talk over a webinar so many times before 2006, before the Carnegie Hall event, and talking about, Mike, you got Filsaime in the room. In 2016, I got the opportunity to go to an event and sit in a room with Mike. I've been admiring this guy for so long, being in his program, doing everything I can. But being in the event with him just kind of allowed me to see things with a different set of eyes. It's happening. It's physical. I can touch it. It's not just behind the screen, because it's easy to confuse with what's behind the scene, behind the screen, with something that is real, because there's a lot of fake things going on behind the scenes. And you are here, you get the opportunity to come on live and see the people that you are seeing in this screen here, be able to have one-on-one conversation with them to understand the power of real. Because you're not going to get goosebumps having Mike in a webinar, but I got goosebumps seeing him walking by, and I was like, Mike, right? And he went in a room, and we sat in a room for about 30 minutes. And after that day, it was the beginning of the change of my life, because I really got glued to this guy. Everything he does, everything he tells me to do, I'm doing it. And fast forward 4 years later, 2016 to 2021, 2021 now, 5 years now, I'm literally like walking distance from his house, literally walking distance from his apartment. And that's the power of event.
I can
If you come to this event,
wave to Mohammed. He's right. He's
right.
not exactly there, but
We're
this
looking
way.
the same waters.
Yeah.
Right. So
No, it's a beautiful
the
thing.
idea here is, if you come to this event, you're gonna see people either as a mentor status or somebody that is in the trenches with you that you're gonna be able to connect with in a personal level. And being an entrepreneur, if somebody have told you it's easy, it's not. You just need to have the right people around you that would not allow you to give up, because what's at stake is way more than whatever you're going through right now. And this event is the only place that you can get those type of connection. I was in Orlando recently, me and Jonathan Gamble. We sat together and it just like, it meant to happen. Since every single day, since that day, we talk pretty much every single day. And that's the connection that this type of event gives you. You can enjoy the life, get all the resources from life, but you are still in like a section of your comfort zone. And if I'm here, I would be pushed to go grab something to drink. And that specific time can allow, like, you can miss something very valuable at that point. So if you have the opportunity, the ability to come to the event, if it's a travel ban, we cannot do much about it. You cannot do anything about it. But these live events is what you're going to be like,
And this is
where you're going
a
to be
very
able to
special
build.
event. Mohammed, I totally agree with you. We've got Mike, Machine Gun Mike Filsaime, survived thunderbolts and lightning to get with us. We're on limited time. We only have a few more minutes left with Matt Lights, because Matt has to jump off at around in around 5 or 10 minutes. So I definitely wanted to make sure that Mike and Matt got to talk. Mike, I know everyone's so excited about the vision for this event. It's coming together. We've got our dog tags ready to go. We're ready to go to GrooveKon. GrooveKon's bringing you monetizing traffic live. Machine Gun Mike, I'm so excited to have you here, Groove CEO. And
thank you for having me to the GrooveKon Presents preview call. Apologize for being late. Had, mom, she's 80 years old, and when she needs to run around town and get her medicines and all that stuff, and then you got South Florida, big hurricane type weather hits, just stops the freeways and get inside, lightning bolts, shutting my power down. But you got the right people on the call. Good to see Matt, Mohammadi, Donathan, Jason, Mike Long, and of course, Angie Norris popped in as well. Matt, I know we're on your time right now. You've got to bounce out. It's been great. I apologize, I missed part of what you had to say. Mohammadi, thanks for the pitch there. Appreciate it. Matt, what did we miss? Hey, Angie, Alicia, nice to see you as well.
Mike, I probably rambled about how freaking excited I am. I wish I could give you, notes on just like, I could just go, this is going to be amazing. And that would probably sum it up. But if anything, I just really gave encouragement because, I think the theme of what I wanted to share is this isn't an event about getting better. This is an event about multiplying. This is an event about just coming from a completely different paradigm and perspective. The same way that when you started Groove, Mike, you didn't go, oh, I want to make a better, funnel that just, does it. But no, you're like, man, how do we just fundamentally do this thing, just completely different. And I, like just, and getting the chance to meet Donna and just, getting to meet you a little bit, like always knew that you were a legend, but holy cow, I had no idea how fast you guys grew Groove. And it's like to be like, just to tap into that alone, because I think this is going to be the perfect mixture of, first of all, the fundamental, the how do I build my funnel better? How do I stack these things? And that's kind of what I talked about. But, I think the thing that's probably the most valuable for people really is like, what's my overall strategy for growing this son of a gun?
That's it, strategy.
Yep. And that's, and dude, I just think we got to all look at you and just shut the hell up because you're the guy, you're the godfather here, man, who knows how to, build these 8-figure businesses.
The gray hairs prove it. You could start using words like God and grand and that type of stuff. Matt, I know you got to leave in like 3 minutes. And so I really appreciate everything that you're doing, being part of the second Monetizing Traffic Live, and obviously GrooveKon presents Monetizing Traffic Live. So I want to tell everybody listening a little bit of finally my light went on over there. What's going on behind the scenes here with with GrooveKon presents monetizing traffic live. And sometimes we just need to be transparent. Sometimes the product is better than the marketing. And this is one of those times. And you always want the product to be better than marketing, right? Because the marketing doesn't do you any good unless it convinces you to come or buy or take part or whatever the case is. The worst thing you ever want is the marketing to be better than the product, right? You know, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen that. The marketing is so good, and then you get inside and you're like, wow, these people are literally just really good at marketing, but not good at education. And I'm not trying to make any apologies for you guys, other than the fact that if you look at what's going on with Groove, we have we have the 1397, we have the Grooveathon, then we have the Black Friday sale coming up, and that's a double launch because when we flip the switch, we don't go back to normal. When we flip the switch, we need to completely reinvent the company, communicate with all of our affiliates, get rid of the lifetime offer, every YouTube video, everything. We're literally telling everybody all those videos have to come down or we deactivate your affiliate links, right? You need to get up with the program, and if you tell somebody that it's $13.97, they find out it's $2.99 a month, they're going to spite us, you, the product, everything. So at the end of the Black Friday sale, we're getting ready and we're building our new company. And if you look at a company like Pay Kickstart, they have 20 pages just for something that competes with GrooveSell. You look at Active Campaign, they have 25 pages on their site just for something that competes with GrooveMail. We have to create a site like Kartra that sells all of these different products, and at the same time, Matt, Joe, and Donna, Matt Seralto, Joe Jablonski, John Cornetta, and Donna and I, say to ourselves, not only do we have Black Friday, not only do we have the Marketers Cruise that we have to prepare in the hotel, not only do we have to get ready for $2.99 a month, we have GrooveKon coming up, and it takes a lot of planning. So I had the opportunity to be at Monetizing Traffic Live, seeing everybody that you're seeing here, Mike Long, Jason Kalori, Mohammadi, and Matt Lights on my top. I think they're on the sides for you watching. And the story goes, and it's the truth, I was just watching some of the best speakers and the attendees that we're watching were just enjoying the event in terms of the education better than I've ever seen. Now, the hotel it was at wasn't really that great and the experience wasn't great. So I said to Mike, hey, let's step this up a notch. Let's invite the best of the best speakers that are here. And I have an event to fill. It's called GrooveKon. And you have the speakers already. And so what's happened is we created a website called GrooveKon Presents Monetizing Traffic Live within like 10 days. And Mike got us some copy. Hey, we need your picture, Mohammadi. We need this, get the pictures and everything up like that. And I can promise you next year, the marketing will live up to the event. But this year, we didn't get a chance to give you a narrative of what's happening. There are just a bunch of speakers that are lined up, and we wanted to give you a perspective of what's going on here. And Matt, just raise your hand when you say, I've got to run, whatever the case is, and we'll definitely let you say your goodbyes because, I can talk, right? So.
And I can listen all day. Sorry.
All right, so we've got an event, GrooveKon Presents Monetizing Traffic live event, right? But that is one of the most important things that you need to understand in your business is be able to not only get traffic and monetize it, because let me tell you one thing that you'll have a little bit of an aha moment here. Getting traffic is easy. Getting traffic is easy. This is how easy it is. Anybody gives Facebook $1,000, I guarantee you will get $1,000 worth of traffic. They will send you the traffic. So everybody thinks that they have a traffic problem. That's not the case. Nobody has a traffic problem. You can get all the traffic you want. What if I say, why didn't Facebook work for you? I spent $1,000 and did you make any money? No. Okay, you got $1,000 worth of traffic. You didn't know how to monetize it. So what we're going to be focusing on here is something that is good for people that are agencies, funnel agencies, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, and SEO and paid traffic. I'm going to be personally doing a presentation on YouTube advertising and on funnels. We're going to be talking about automation in your business with Facebook Messenger bot marketing, which is absolutely incredible. I know it already. Matt Lights is going to steal the show. Mike Long comes from the cowboys of SEO and the people that he surrounds himself at. I like to say this all the time. Beware. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, but beware of anybody that comes to an event with a presentation they've done 100 times. Because what that usually goes with is, and for the first 7 people that meet me at the back of the room, you're not only going to get this, but you're going to get, and they're coming there with an agenda and a presentation. Nothing wrong with it. We do it on webinars all the time. But our goal is to make this more of a cohesive workshop. What you need to bring to the table is a great attitude and a great passion for being an entrepreneur. Now, 70% of you are going to come up and say, I already have a product. I want to change the world. I want to teach people how to eat keto, or how to eat foods that won't give you cancer, or how to overcome, you know, a relationship, or find a lover, or whatever it is. You know, everybody has the ability to say, enter your name and email address on the form on the right, and I'm going to teach you how to. That's probably 70% of the people that are coming. The others fall into the category of 3 other things: an agency, where you're providing a service to people and you want to know how you can do that better and do that easier. The other people are e-commerce marketers, and they're not teaching somebody how to do something. They say, I have a supplement or some type of e-commerce product that I want to sell to help you sleep better, or whatever the case is. And the third person is somebody that says, I'm just a friggin' entrepreneur and I don't have a product, but I kind of get in my mind how this works. I need you guys to teach me how the pieces go together. And we call that being an affiliate. And it's the same exact thing. Monetizing traffic for what offer? An affiliate offer. Okay, great. We can show you tens of thousands of people that are making full-time incomes online just being an affiliate marketer. That is a digital marketing entrepreneur. They like the game, but they don't necessarily have the passion that they want to create a product and change the world. They want to help people find products that are out there. So the beautiful thing is this all ties in with the Groove platform. So obviously Groove gives you the tools, but we don't want to create an event where we do this. We do it on the Grooveathons, right? Monday, we're going to teach you how to use GroovePages. Tuesday, we're going to teach you how to do GrooveMail. We don't want to bring you to an event and bog you down with doing screen demos the whole time. Right? There's a time and a place for that, and we do that on our Grooveathons. We now want to bring you the people that are going to help you get your product out to the world. And I promise you, the information that Matt's going to share, Mohammadi, Jason, the SEO guys, Donathan, Mike Long, Alicia Little, Angie Norris, we're going to talk with them in just a minute, preview what they're going to be doing. And me, I can't wait. It's going to be a new presentation on YouTube advertising, and we're going to be talking on creating offers, the same one that I did at the last monetizing traffic, direct response offers for digital marketers. And we are probably over the next couple of weeks going to be doing a better job on the page, creating that day 1, day 2, day 3 narrative. We literally just sat down the other day to create the schedule and make sure that the speakers are going in. Oh, if Matt speaks about this, it's probably going to be better if this person speaks there. And then we'll be able to make the website give you a better cohesive story. But in the meantime, we said, hey, let's get these speakers on a call, because we don't necessarily have speakers like Brendan Bouchard, or let's say Richard Branson or something, where there's this big attractive power to a brand or celebrity. What you're getting is underground marketers, underground millionaires. And I think those are what I like about them is they get on stage and they give you secrets and nuggets that you should be paying for a $2,500 course sometimes. And they're just popping that information out. So that's what I have to say, getting on the call 20 minutes late. But folks, you are here surrounded by legends on this preview call. And you can go to GrooveKon, GrooveKon with a K, K-O-N, and you can get to this event for $497 a ticket. But even better, just log into your dashboard. If you're a paid member, there's a big video right there that's playing, letting you know everything you need to know about GrooveKon. It's in Cocoa Beach, Florida. It's on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th at a destination event. The Marketers Cruise is going to be leaving on Saturday, so there's going to be 300 additional marketers that are going to be there for your networking pleasure. Tiki bars, cocktail parties at night, breakfast buffets in the morning, almost like a cruise before the cruise.
You've got the event space twice. I went there once with you. But
I just went this weekend.
You were so
I liked it so much.
Back this weekend.
Michelle and I had a staycation.
The team's got, getting us in on calls like, okay, we can do this over here. With the AV team, you've been obsessive about it with Mike Jones.
Yeah, log into your dashboard, folks. Click the pink button. If you are a paid lifetime platinum member to Groove, you get 2 free tickets, one for you and one for your business partner, spouse, or significant other. And yeah, you get 2 tickets, you get to come in. And if you want to bring the family, remember, we're 45 minutes away from Disneyland in Orlando. I know, because we went to Disney on Saturday. We went to NASA and we saw the Kennedy Space Center, and then we went to the House of Horror and got the scared out of us by people chasing you with fake chainsaws and stuff. So yeah, so there's a lot to do. The spouse, if they want to take the kids by the pool while you're in the room, you have that opportunity as well. But you can't miss this. A flight nowadays, look, it's post-COVID. It's time to get back out of the house. It's time to start working on your business instead of in your business. And you want to be around successful people that could change your life. Muhammad was saying, and I can echo the same thing, every single important thing that's ever happened to me has happened to me at a live event. I met John Cornetta on the Marketers Cruise. I met Matt Seralta at an event that Omar Martin did. Alicia, I probably met you at a live event. I'm sure I did. I met Donna Fox at an event in San Antonio, Texas. And when you meet people, you have that yin and that yang and say, what do you do? Oh, good. I'm not good at that. I could use somebody that can help me there. Oh, but I'm good at that. I can help you with that. Partnerships are formed at the best. If not, it's a joint venture. And in this business, you meet the right person that is the yin to your yang, and you can have, or yin yang, you can find literally this $1 million deals to be made there. Honestly, I've seen it happen on at the events that we've thrown for years. And now I'm proud to say monetizing traffic live is something that really puts the keys to the puzzle together for you on how to get traffic with natural traffic, search, SEO, Facebook marketing, YouTube advertising, and then the other parts of the presentation are going to be about building your actual funnels for conversion to monetize the traffic. So that's my big pitch there for GrooveKon presents monetizing traffic live.
2007, maybe late 2006, 2007, when we first met in San Diego at Evan's first event, and it's the first time I met you, and it led to millions. So incredible.
What was that, Mike? Was that the green room?
Yeah, I think so.
I was just gonna say, you had me at Tiki Bar. That was.
It's right. It's a beachfront property. It's
Michelle
gorgeous.
Too.
and boy, can Mike Filsaime twist an arm, because the hotel rates are beyond belief. Of course, there's lots of economy price hotels in the area, but if you want to stay at a 5-star place for economy rates, then you found the right spot. Great job, Mike.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was there the other day, and they were sold out. For no event. Like, this is the premier place to be in Cocoa Beach. And I actually, Michelle said, babe, can we not go back at Monday morning? I said, I really need to get back to work. And she says, can we leave maybe at 11 and get up and go to the beach? So I'm not a big beach person. I'm the pool person. So I went into the beach with her, and she says, come in the water. And I was like, I'm just not a, sand in the underwear type of guy, and whatever. Okay, I go in the water. And I got to tell you, the water was like, as warm as being in the Caribbean in the summer. It was so beautiful. The waves, the sand was clean. My feet didn't hurt from shells. It's one of those premier beaches, folks. You owe it to yourself. So if you're in the South, anywhere in the Southeast area where you can drive, Atlanta, Georgia, Louisiana, even North Carolina, it's that 14-hour drive, and it's a little bit north, right? It's not South Miami. It's Cocoa Beach, which is by Orlando. Come out, take a trip. We're running out of hotel rooms. They're $170 a night. You could stay next door at the Motel 6. Yeah, you could stay next door at the Motel 6 for $300. So that's the discount that we got you. Or get a good Southwest flight. And here's the beautiful thing about Southwest. Why did I say Southwest, or pretty much any airline? You can fly into Orlando. It's almost, you can get a direct flight to Orlando from anywhere, and get your flight. It'll probably cost you maybe a couple of $100 round trip, maybe $300 to $500 round trip, depending where you're coming from, and stay at the hotel and do the networking and get back to life. We've got to punch COVID in the face. It kept us in there. I put on my COVID 20. I got my extra 20 pounds, no joke, went from 154 to 174 in 18 months. And now time to get out of the house, start moving the body, moving the brain, intellectualizing, meeting people that are gonna change our life. And so we really hope to. And by the way, we've got over 200 people coming already, with about 6 weeks ago. We're planning on having 500 people. The event can fit 400, but we're overselling it. So it's going to be standing room only the first day, because we know a lot of people are bringing the spouse. A lot of people show up a little bit late, come in a day late, leave a day early, all that stuff. So we are overselling this event by 100 tickets to make sure that we have a packed room every single day.
You know, Mike, you were talking about the secrets that are behind the scenes, and Donathan and Jason Calori got so excited. They put together a case study, and it's, you know, this reflects back as we do SEO free traffic, you know, is our bread and butter, but also with you know, with paid advertising, as Matt said, there's never been a better time because everyone's scattering. And so I'll just wait for 1 second. Here we go. So we have a nifty reveal. So Donathan, you and Jason put together this brand new site to show, you know, there's two sides of things. That we win with SEO. We also win with paid traffic. You've put together something that's already very profitable. How long ago did you put together this new case study, Jason, Donathan?
It was what? Here, I can show my screen. I've got a snapshot.
Timeline for us. Donathan Gamble, man
So
of
I think we started, when we started talking about this, Jonathan, it was like beginning of September.
Yeah.
And then you put it up on the store, and then put up like what was a Facebook post and Instagram?
It's just an Instagram reel.
So this is pure.
So this is purely 100 units, just.
So easy, your cat can do it. So this is pretty nifty. So this was just an idea between Jason and Donathan. They were thinking about, you know, they had so much already prepared for monetizing traffic live, but they, you know, something about it, you know, it really got them excited. Here we are at the end of September, and they've made as much as $842 in a single day, brand new high quality product. We're going to be revealing that and monetizing traffic live. What do you think about that, Mike Filsaime? You like that?
I was on mute. Yeah, look, my brother is my brother is going to be selling his school. I don't think that he cares I'm making it public, but basically him and his ex-wife had said, you know, they can't take it anymore. Nobody's at fault, but you have teachers that are like, the kids need to wear masks. And you have parents that are like, my kids are not wearing masks. And then you have the other parents that are saying, all the kids need to be wearing masks. And we live in Florida. So, you know, that people are like, no way are we wearing masks. And then you always have half the population that's going to be like, no, with this, that, and the other thing. And then you've got teachers fighting because they like different positions. And then you have teachers walking out for the first time. My brother's never dealt with this. He's getting calls from other teachers. So-and-so walked out, left the kids in the class. And my brother runs a school for 18 months to 5 years old. So you're talking like babies in cribs sometimes, and the teacher walks out. It's almost criminal. And he was shut down for 5 months during COVID, but still had all the bills to pay and everything like that. And so I'm not kidding you. This is 100% true. Remember, I told you I just dropped my mom off at my brother's house. On the way out the door, he opens up the door and he goes, "What's this thing that you're doing in Daytona?" I said, "What are you talking about?" "Something like Jacksonville. You have this thing." I said, "What?" He goes, you have something going on next month." "Oh," I said, "Oh, Cocoa Beach, Florida, GrooveKon." He says, "Yeah." He goes, "How can I go to that?" So my brother is even realizing he's getting on webinars, some of my affiliate webinars. He's on my list and everything. And he's calling me up and he's going, "Mike, is this true? You could get traffic like with YouTube and send it to like, what is ClickBank?" And I'm like, "You need to come to GrooveKon," right? Because my brother's, he's at a crossroads in his life. And when I see that you guys created an online store that made $842 in a single day, I have cousins, relatives that are all part of a Skype group that I'm sharing this information with, and they're saying to me, "Mike, is this real?" And it's so weird to me because of course I know it's real. I mean, I've got Jason right here teaching you how to do it, and it's not just Jason. I always say there's one of the most important things about the people that you want to learn from is these three fingers right here. Number one, they know how to do it. That's great, but people that know how to do it don't always know how to teach it, right? So we're bringing you the people that know how to teach it. And in order to teach something, you need to be able to deconstruct it, right? Like, I have to be able to deconstruct this so that I can present it to you in a way that you can understand it, right? And I always say that's the difference between being a time teller, which is a gift, and a clock maker. If I'm a time teller and you say, "Mike, what time is it?" "I think it's probably about 240. Wow, how does he do that? He's so good. Yeah, I can't teach that, right? But teaching people how to make a clock, that's a skill that can be passed on, and then you can have 1,000 people doing that because you're talking about the process, not the gift, right? So the three things you want to look for somebody is, number one, they know how to do it. That's key, right? We always used to make fun of the college professors, right? You know, those that do, those that can't teach, right? But in our industry, you need people that know how to do it. Then they need to know how to teach it, how to deconstruct it. But number three, the most important thing of all of them is, the third thing is the backing of students that have had success from the teachings. So you can say, not only do I know how to do this, but I know how to teach it. But most importantly is, my students have gone on to have incredible success. And here are the results. And Mike, I know you with OMG and working with Jason Calori and Donathan have a laundry list of names that have literally, like you take Mohammed, like just was a kid, telling stories about you never want to be around somebody that worked in a shoe store and all these different types of things. Didn't speak English 8 years ago. Said, I want to, he wanted to figure out how to do online marketing, stumbled across you. And here he is. Sometimes people don't believe it. This is a kid that came from Africa that didn't speak English, a family of several brothers and sisters. It's that typical story. We're going to save our money, send our oldest child over to the United States. And here he is, an American dream, an American success story. And so when I ask Mohammed, $840 a day, does that seem real to you? He's like, well, of course. I mean, I'm doing it. And so when Jason puts that out there, I want people that are listening to say to themselves, why not me? I'm tired of hearing these things. I'm tired of hearing about the Mohammedis and the Angie Norrises and the Alicia Littles. And Angie just left her corporate job just 2.5 years ago and suddenly became an online entrepreneur. And we're going to hear from Alicia Little and her story as well. This stuff is very real. The only way that you get your name on these screens on different webinars and take your game up to the next level is by committing and saying, I need to put myself in the right place to be around the geniuses so I can stand on the shoulders of giants. I can walk in the footsteps of people that have been through the minefield and have made it to the promised land. And so they're literally going to give me the roadmap, and I just follow in their footsteps. And if you're the person that says, yeah, but what about? Yeah, but I can't. But I can tell you, I've been through being broke, having a depression, every single box that you want to know. You think that I've always been Mike Filsaime. I could tell you stories that are so difficult for me, it's hard to even say. My previous wife, I walked in to buy her an engagement ring. The thing was a 2.86 carat rock. It was massive because I got suckered in when they say, well, what's your monthly salary? And I felt really good. Oh, I make $7,000 a month. Well, you should buy a ring for 3 months' salary. And I was like, oh my God. So they talked me into buying a $21,000 ring. And then in the car business, you go from job to job, and sometimes and everything, I got so far behind, we were about to get kicked out of our house. So I said to my wife at the time, I said, hey, we should pawn the ring. And she said, are you crazy? No, I'm not selling my ring. And I said, no, I didn't say sell your ring. I said, pawn it. So what happens is we could give it to them and they'll give us 90 days to pay it back. So I talked her into it like a fool. She listened to me, or like a fool, I talked her into it. And so she and I go to a pawn shop and they give us $5,000 cash. And I've got 90 days to pay it back. 30 days later, I pay back $2,000. 30 days later, I pay back $2,000. Now, the day that I'm going to pay this thing off, I've got $1,000 to pay off. I show up with $920 and told the guy, I'll have the other $100 for you tomorrow. And this is at 5:48 p.m. and they're closing at 6 o'clock. They're starting to put the gates there because, these guys don't mess around. They lock those places up. And the guy says, you've got 12 minutes to come up with that $80 or I'm giving you back your $5,000 and the ring is mine. And I said, no, just look, I've paid you back this thing, but I'll get you the money tomorrow. He goes, you've got to come up with the rest of the money or the ring is mine. I said, well, you're closing in 12 minutes. How am I supposed to do that? He says, I don't know. And I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money in a debit card. If I did, I would have been paying him off. I couldn't get in with the money. And I said, and I almost started like pleading with the man because the reality started setting in. He looks at me and goes, son, hold the story. Let me explain something to you. This is my business. I'm not in the charity business. I never expected you to pay this back. I give you a low ball number. I give you $5,000 and I buy this $20,000 ring and I make a $15,000 profit. I'm not here to give you back your money and make no money on my interest on the loan. This is the way it works, and I don't have an answer for you. And I said, so and now they're closing up the doors, putting in, and they're saying, come on, step outside. My wife was in the car, and I remember, like it was any regular day, I walked into the car and I just sat down, and she goes, do you want to go get something to eat? And I said, they didn't give us back the ring. And she said, what? And I tried to explain to her, and she just broke into tears and said, Michael, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. You've just broken my heart. And like I drove home that day feeling like the world's biggest failure. And true story, I never got her that ring back. When we started making money online in 2003, 2004, I kept saying, do you want me to get you that ring back? And she says, no, I could care less about jewelry right now. I want a horse. She was really into horses and equestrian riding. But every single time her customers would come to her, she was a service writer at a Mitsubishi dealership. They would say, let me see that ring again. Let me see that ring again. So you know what I had to do? I had to buy her a cubic zirconia ring that she still has to this day that she wore to replace that, to avoid the embarrassment of saying we were so broke she had to hawk her ring. So guys, I've been there. So when Jason shows you $842, I don't want you to think that this isn't in the real world. These are regular guys in a green t-shirt with a green hat in just a regular room with his little GrooveZilla poster there. And we're regular people. And as real as that story is about me, and I could tell you dozens of others, when the pipes broke and there was a flood and I had to tell my dad I wasn't paying the oil in the house that we was renting, and we flooded the house in the middle of the winter. I could tell you all of these stories that happened in my life. I know what it's like to either be broke or depressed or be in a tough relationship or whatever. These things are not unique to you. The answer for your success is looking at that $842 on your screen and saying, why not me finally? And I'm telling you the answers for you, not all of the answers, but the right journey, the start of the journey is at GrooveKon Presents Monetizing Traffic Live. And you're around people that aren't here to brag. As Tony Robbins says, they're not here to impress you, they're here to impress upon you that we're showing you this stuff because we care about you and we want to teach you the steps. We are speakers on the same page. We're all peers. Donathan, Alicia, Angie, myself, Mike Long, Mohammadi, Jason, Matt Lights, and the other speakers that are going to be at this event are doing this for you. Mohammadi, I'm going to ask you this question. You're not selling anything at the event. You're speaking at the event. You're paying for your own hotel. It's costing you money to come to this event, and you are not getting anything in return monetarily. I think it's fair to say when I say they're doing this for you. They are coming to this event to share their knowledge for you. We're blessed that Mike Long, my partners, and I have asked these folks to come and present for you. Many of them are just presenting their information out of the goodness of their heart, paying their own dime to come to these events. So, Mike, that's a very long answer to what do I think about that $842. It's real, but we're not here to give Jason a high five. That's not the purpose of this.
And Donathan, when you first came to Jason with the idea about building this, well, both of them together, I mean, they're so excited about it. Having heard what Mike said, I'm sure you have a lot to say. I saw you nodding your head, Donathan.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is that this was off one post. that wasn't even trying to sell anything. And I think it goes back to kind of what Matt was alluding to about both mics, is that when you have the right formula and you kind of understand what you're doing, right, which is why we're all here and why we all want to give you the information you need so you know what you're doing. because I think a lot of people start and get frustrated because they don't have the right information or they don't have the right things that are really going to get them to being able to do a post and making $842 off of a $100 investment in maybe 20 minutes of time. So I think it's important that, you know, when you attend an event like this,
$100 in advertising, the same month you thought of it, and in one day, $842.
No, not $100 in advertising. $100 in product costs.
$100 in product costs, and then you pay for the post. So is this around $642 in profit?
Yeah. So $0 in advertising, because this is just a Instagram reel.
So it's just an organic post on Instagram. It's not even a paid promotion.
It's not even a paid promotion.
So this is still organic SEO. Wow, I thought it was paid.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
No.
Unbelievable. This is going to be such an exciting event. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
This is a lot of excitement, you know, like, and I was telling you the difference between, you know, watching the live. I know Mike is going to make sure that you have an incredible experience at the live stream. But if you have the opportunity to come to the event, just you leaving your house is the minute the transformation begins, to your flight, right? To driving to the hotel, right? And after the event, when you're back at the hotel, sitting at the airport waiting for your plane. In the recent event, you see people at the airport. I'm at the airport, and this is why my brain is like, I just run into this person. I just run into that person. You know, the transformation happen if you really get into the state, leave your house and come to the event. If you don't have no traffic restriction, try as much as you can to show up live, because it's just something different about life, and you want to experience it. I experience it, and many people here on the screen have also experienced it. So
we're going to bring the ladies on in just a minute. What Mohammed is saying is true. If you want to go to GrooveKon, GrooveKon.com, and get your ticket for $497 a person. And if you're a paid customer of Groove, you get to come for free. Simply log into your dashboard and click on the button that says reserve your free ticket, and you get 2 free tickets. So I know Alicia bounced out. She'll probably be popping in. Angie, do you know if she had a heart out or if she will be joining us?
She was fixing her lights.
Oh, okay. She'll be right.
Alicia,
she'll be right back.
I'm trying to figure it out. I think she's done 7 figures. She's in my Groove downline, and she's done over 7 figures. She's extraordinary. Alicia,
now you guys are speaking.
Thank you. You paid for something. I don't know what, but I appreciate it. I think you're number 1. You might be number 1, number 2. I don't know, but you're in my 7-figure club, so thank you. I'll be looking forward to meeting you in person for the first time to thank you myself.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited.
Alicia, Angie, you guys aren't speaking. You have adventure together, but you're not speaking together. You're doing 2 separate presentations.
We are.
So Alicia, what are you going to be? What's the preview for what we're going to learn from you?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, my sister Lorette said we started polling some Groove members to see what they were interested in learning about. And so Lorette said people are really interested in learning how to create something to sell. And Mike, you touched on this a little bit before, the how-to, right? So we're going to be showing people how to, from scratch, create something that they can sell. And we've created courses as small as like how to use Canva and made a ton of money with it. So we're going to show that. And then one of our students, Keisha Fox, who Angie knows, I know a lot of you know, she said that people are looking to see how they can sell the stuff that they create. So then we're going to show them how we're using Groove to sell the stuff that we create. So we're using GroovePages, GrooveSell, GrooveMember, GrooveVideo. We're going to show how we tie it all together in a funnel. And then the third part we're going to show is like, how do you now create an agency, which is something that that I love. Angie, I know you have a great agency as well. So how do we create an agency and outsource 90% of the work so that all the work that needs to get done is done by someone else, which is what I love to do. So, you know, our company name for the past 12 years now is called Monetized Marketing. And we love to focus on the monetization of of everything that we do. So I'm really excited to pull it all together for everybody and kind of answer those questions. Like, how do I create something and many things to sell? And then how do I tie it all together using Groove? And then how do I create a team that can do all of the work that needs to be done so that I can go to, you know, the beach in Cocoa Beach and spend more time there while all the work is getting done. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to see everybody there. So make sure that you guys are all there and that you tell all of your friends to register. But I'm really excited to be there.
Sounds like you have the right company name for this, Alicia, for this event.
I know, I'm really excited. When I heard you talk about it, Mike, I'm like, that is our company right there. That's what we're all about. And, you know, Groove has just been so amazing for myself and my sister and our entire team. And, you know, thanks so much to Mike, Donna, the whole team, John, Mike Long, thanks for all that you've done.
Yeah,
Angie.
have you guys seen the dog tags? These are the
I love
event
that.
dog tags.
I
We do
love
it
that.
cool.
I need two. But it's been an amazing journey with Groove, so I'm looking to really give back.
Can't thank you enough. Sometimes, you know, you feel not worthy when you have people that have said, hey, I'm going to attach myself to this company and go in their wake in that direction. You know, it doesn't seem crazy when you see it with ClickFunnels, right? You see everybody, their CF this or their Funnels University and all these different people in a cottage industry forum. So you can see it out there, and we've always dreamed about building something like that. And to see what's happening with Groove and seeing that if people actually see the vision that we have and are attaching their company to it is great. It motivates us, and I love to see what. Go ahead, Alicia.
Oh, I didn't want to cut you off, but I just don't want to forget this because this is a lot of fun, and I did it on purpose. But so you know, Angie knows this, but I am now. What day is it? The 24th of September. 24 days into my new house, and the down payment for this house was all Groove money. So I used 100% Groove money for fun on the down. I actually put Groove commissions in a separate account and use that, and then in the and you know, that's of course for
garage.
And in the garage is the Mustang Mach-E that I won in the Groove affiliate contest. I'm like,
how do you
Mom,
like that car, by the way?
Boom.
How do you like that car? How does it drive? That thing's gorgeous.
Love it. I love it. I'm just gonna show you. The charge level is 70% right now, but they've got an app for charging it. But I love it. It drives amazingly well. It's super fast, and it's a beautiful red. So when you guys are ready, I wanted to drive it down to Cocoa Beach, but it's actually a long drive for an all 100% electronic car.
Whether or not you were driving it to Cocoa Beach, if I could get my ride then. Oh, bummer.
I know, it's all electric though, so I'd have to plug in on the way. And I'm in Georgia right now. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm just excited to show everybody how to tie in everything that we're doing with Groove. Like, we learn how to do something, put it into a course, and then use Groove to sell it. And we've been rocking it and love every minute of it. So thank you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Awesome. And Angie, how about you? Because we put you on the schedule the other day, and it said Alicia and Angie, and Joe Jablonski luckily was on the call, and he goes, I just spoke with Angie. I think she's speaking on her own. We said, oh, really? So we broke you guys out on the schedule. What are we going to be learning from you?
Yeah, so Alicia and I would love nothing more than
Angie, I'm sorry, and Alicia will probably go back to you as well.
Sure.
I asked you that question, but we'll start with you, Angie. Tell us also a little bit about yourself and your background, then what you're going to be teaching, and then we'll go back to Alicia, learn a little bit of her background as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. So for those who don't know me, my name is Angie Norris. I'm actually the NKOTB, which is the new kid on the block, but I love Groove, as you guys all know. And if you don't know me, I am the first certified Groove ambassador, and I believe in the mission of Groove, and I can't wait to just see where it's headed. And I'm along for the ride, so is Alicia. but I am also one who loves to help people understand the power of Groove. And so I've created coaching programs and different things to help people understand the power of Groove. But I don't just coach people. I've actually sold Groove. I have over 6 figures in affiliate commission in my bank account. Thank you so much. And also I have used Groove to sell my own product. I think I've hit well over $350,000 in sales for my own products using GrooveSell, Groove Affiliate, GroovePages, and I can't wait for all the product suite to be available so that I can leverage all of them, because I just know what it means. And I know Alicia and I, we also are business partners on a couple of things as well, but we decided to actually do our presentation separately for a reason. We both bring different tactics to this event. And I mean, she's passionate about her stuff. I'm passionate about my stuff. We just thought, man, the time slots would not allow us enough time for us to even pour into people enough for them to walk away with some tactics. So for me, I'm excited. I'm going to be talking about big picture funnel strategy. When I came on the scene a couple years back, if someone would have pulled me aside and shown me the bigger picture beyond the funnel, I would be a lot further today. So I want to take that step back for people who are going to GrooveKon and show them that the funnel is important, but there's a much bigger picture at play. And if you can use game-changing software, killer graphics, and things to really build your authority and put it all into play around the funnel, you are going to be set up for a systematized bigger business than just a funnel business. And so I'm super excited. I can't wait to be speaking on stage and pouring into people and meeting people in person. I believe that the sense of belonging at live events is the most powerful thing, and that will really catapult where you go in the business. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to see both of you for that. Now, Angie, you're going on the cruise after that, or you are?
I am.
Alicia,
I'm going to be
are you as
turning
well?
44
I'm not,
on the cruise.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We'll have a special birthday for you on the cruise. Normally we leave in January, so Michelle always has a birthday on the cruise, but not this time. And mine is October 26th, so I'm like 10 days before that, so maybe we'll celebrate mine as well. And Alicia, you're flying in from Georgia, but you won't be joining us on the cruise this year.
I won't, unfortunately.
Yeah. In fact, I have a preview for the cruise at 5 o'clock coming up this evening.
Oh wow.
But we went straight into what you're teaching. But you're an expert. I'll never forget that day that you and I had to leave from your house to go to I think it was Malaysia, and you had said, hey, why don't you fly with us? And I said, I already had a ticket. And I was like, well, that'll be a lot easier than me going all the way back to Long Island. And so we got a trip. And if I could remember, it was something like from Texas to Los Angeles to Alaska to Taiwan to Malaysia. And we were on a plane for something like 22 hours, jumped off, spoke at the event, got 2 hours sleep, headed back to the airport and did another 22-hour trip back. And then I had to leave from Texas on a connecting flight to Long Island. And I remember saying it was something like I was in an airport for all but 6 hours of 4 days. Like it was either in an airport or an airplane. And but we got to know each other very, very well on those travels. It was a lot of fun.
And, when I heard you tell your story, I just love how transparent you are. I was typing to Angie when you were telling that story, and I'm like, wow, this story. Because when a lot of people see you, they see, oh, Mike, he's probably always been super successful. They don't know about the ups and downs. And we have all had some really crazy ups and downs. But the thing is that we never quit. When you said that story, I'm like, and you have other stories like that where you've had so many ups and downs in your life, but the thing is you never quit, and look at what you've built now. So if everybody that's listening, just gets out of today's session, like they heard that story, you need to be around this empire that Mike has built and all these great people that he's pulled together that have these type of stories where they never quit. I guarantee everybody that's going to be on stage has stories where they've really had to keep going as an entrepreneur. And so thanks for being so transparent and telling that story. And, you know, to everybody that's listening, the people that are coming and that are speaking, myself included, Angie included as well, we all have our stories. And the bottom line is just don't quit. And like Mike said, come to this event and learn from other people and build those connections. I believe that relationships in this industry are so important, right? I met Angie, there she is over there, because she was doing an event and a virtual event, she asked me to speak. And then we reconnected through Groove and now we're BFFs. So, you know, really you need to make sure that you come for the networking and the connections because it is so important. You build lifelong relationships that are priceless. So, don't you agree, Angie?
Solids at the bottom of the pan.
Totally agree.
I just heard like a cooking commercial in the background. Like, put it in the bottom of the pan and flip it out. What was that?
Yes, I agree. I think that relationships actually mean more to me than actually making money. So for me, if you go to any live event, that's what kickstarted my entire online career, and I live for live events. So GrooveKon to me has been like the pinnacle point, and like if I can get to GrooveKon and meet all the people in the Groove community and beyond, man, we're just gonna have so much fun together, but we're also gonna make some relationships that could end up being some sustainable, amazing businesses in the future. So super excited.
I'm excited. I saw Alicia, I saw you in Las Vegas,
Yes.
probably that was right after the October Grooveathon. So we're coming about a year ago, about 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Angie saw you twice, once when you came down here to meet us, and then at the last Grooveathon. But to be able to be at a live event, I think this is my first event since COVID. Is it? Yeah, I've been to like a flight club mastermind where there's like 30 people in a room, but to be in a room of 400 people plus the marketers cruise is going to be there. So, you know, I try to tell the hotel, right? Mike Long will vouch for this. I said, what time does your bar close? Usually around 11 or until the last. And I said, are your employees willing to stay open till 2? They said 2. Oh, I don't know. Why do you say that? I said, well, you're going to need 4 to 5 bartenders. And they're like, well, we've had events that have packed the hotel before. I said, yeah, but that's like 400 people that don't know each other. I said, you're going to have a family here, plus the pre-cruisers. And these people, I've seen it happen. It's mutiny. When they say last call and it's 11:30, like everybody starts booing, and then they're going, where's the nearest TGI Fridays? And they're trying to, like, they are going to be networking. So she said, okay, we do have, and I said, and this is what I said, Mike, you'll remember, and I said, oh, and I'll make sure they tip. And she goes, okay, I have 2 bartenders that will stay
and then
until
those bartenders came up to us and made us these incredible cocktails, these incredible frosty, ladies, I cannot wait for you to see this place. You are going to love it.
Yeah, and so you get all types. You got the early risers.
The whole hotel, the whole thing. Like they were like, the whole thing? He's like, yes, every room you'll tell me. Like,
yeah, I want this room, this side room. We're going to make this a speaker room, a green room.
And all the hotel block, you know, like every room that we could secure for you, because we just knew this thing is going to be a smash hit.
And Captain Lou was literally sitting next to me going, and I kept saying, what's the matter, Lou? He says, well, you know, you understand there's a risk here. And I said, Lou, let me tell you something. I'm going to sell out every single room of this hotel. I was so confident. They said to me and Mike, they said, well, we can only give you 70% of the rooms. We have to have, we never want to be able to tell the general public we're closed for a weekend. So we want to be able to at least have some regular people here as well. Like they have a policy, they won't sell 100% because they don't want to be offline at the you know, the kayak sites and things like that. So and Lou was just deathly scared. Like he always panics about
these different types. He's clicking his heels.
Well, now he's seeing, you know, we've already sold 200 tickets, you know, with 6 weeks to go. That's already more tickets than we sold for the first GrooveKon in 2019. And yeah, as I was saying, I'm almost forgetting what it's going to be like to, you know, to get out of an elevator and look and see like 5 different, oh my God, hey, it's good to see you. And you know, you're like, I want to go say hi to that person, but you know, and just all those people around and that feeling, I miss it. I miss it. I have not had that. I don't remember the last event that I went to. I could tell you I was at Traffic and Conversion Summit 2 weeks early when they postponed the event. So that was March of 2019. I had just gotten off the Marketers Cruise in January of 2019. So the last event that I've been to was sometime in 2018. I think it was Armin Morin had an event. He lost the bigseminar.com. He let it expire and somebody bought the domain. So he had to reinvent himself. I think the last time that I was at an event was in October of 2018. It's going to be 3 years since I've been to an event.
Was that the event in Vegas with Armin?
Yes. Yeah.
I was at that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's my last event. I remember seeing you there. Yeah. That's 3 years ago in October, November. So it's been 3 years since I've been to a live event. I can't believe that. Yeah.
It must be truly special.
Yeah. Crazy. Wow. Yeah. So Alicia, did we get your background from you or did I interrupt you?
My background, like a very long story short, this is my 21st year working for myself, and I'm really excited about that. The first 10 years were with my ex-husband, who Mike knew very well. In fact, that's where you and Tom met, was at an event that we did together, me and my ex-husband and my sister Lorette, in 2005.
Tom Beal and I met at Unleash Your Marketing Genius, UIMG.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom walked up to me. I'll never forget. I said, that's the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. He walked up to me and said, you dropped this. And I said, no, I didn't. And it was fake money. And it's known as $1 million bill. It's like, it had $1 million and it had his picture on it. And it said Tom Beal with his phone number. It was his business card. And he called it the $1 million bill. But that's when I met Tom. That's where I met Tom.
I didn't know that. That is so funny.
Yeah.
That is so funny. And then 5 years after that, we ended up getting divorced, but the divorce was definitely one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through. And he cut me out of the business. We'd made $6 million that year. He took over, long story short, like my personal email, my business email, locked me out of all the bank accounts, credit cards. I left the mansion and ended up sleeping on my sister's sofa, completely broke, and had to rebuild myself from scratch. And it definitely was a trying time. And so my sister and I rebuilt from nothing, and we've rebuilt $1 million businesses. We have an agency based off of the island of Jamaica. We've got a team of 32 people, which I always remember the number when it comes to payroll time, but we have a team of 32, but you know, we rebuilt. And had I not had that experience, I wouldn't know, or I wouldn't have remembered what it was like to build something from scratch. I had no email list. I had no resources other than relationships, and really
it's scary.
Yeah.
And
I had to
your mind is your own worst enemy, because you will put on a good face and you'll say to your sister and she'll say it to you, we got this and we got this. And then you go to bed at night and then you're saying, oh my goodness, the car payment is tomorrow. Do I have enough money in the account? And then you got that anxiety and you can't sleep. And it's the worst place in the world to be, not knowing not being able to face tomorrow, and have to say to yourself, we can do this. We can get back on time. I remember when I sold Genesis Digital. I took a couple of months off and I said, all right, let me go at least redo this website or whatever. And I was like, well, this is the first time in ever I can't get on Skype and tell somebody go install a WordPress blog. And there I am looking on, okay, install WordPress, download, upload. And that's when I talk about the dreaded WordPress. It came from that experience of like, I'm one of the smartest tech guys that I know, and I cannot get this theme to look like it looks like on Theme Forest. I couldn't figure out how to change the copyright date in the footer. And I'm watching YouTube videos and I was like, I thought WordPress was easy. And I needed a logo designed. I guess I got to go to Fiverr, right? Or 99 Designs. I couldn't get anything done unless I did it myself. And I looked at everything like, do I really want to spend $99 a month on this? And like, I had zero resources and nobody to help me. And then every project was too big.
Yeah.
Every project, because it required me, well, I'm going to need a designer and a programmer and this. Well, I'll hold off on that. Like, I had to either fully commit, and if you ask somebody to do something, they got to get paid. And it was different when I had my company, just like I do now. I don't worry about those things. There's revenue coming in. It takes care of payroll. But when I was starting all over again, it was one of the scariest times of my life. But I can tell you, what got me through it were the people that were my friends that I met at live events.
Same.
Where else are you going to meet them? They don't just come knocking on your door unless they're engineers.
Same. And I think a lot of people are some people are in that situation right now where they're really trying to figure out, how am I going to make this? How am I really going to build? How am I going to, build my bank account and get my finances up, whether it was up before or whether it, has never been up as an entrepreneur. I remember I kept thinking, why me? Like, why has this happened to me? But you have to get yourself out of that space, and live events are the energizing. Me and my sister always say, literally, we feel like we're plugging in. When you go to a live event, like you've just plugged yourself in. When you're at that event, you're going to be like, I can do this. I've got this. And go ahead, Mike.
And it's where you find your joint venture partners. Look, results not typical. I've never come close to this. But Mark Ling did his launch that ended yesterday on GrooveSell. Gave me the best testimonial, unsolicited. I said, hey, I'm going to need that in a video. He was blown away by it. And we also helped him with his merchant processing. And they did $6 million. And the only thing that you can really, really give them credit for is they're smart guys that put together a good product. But they didn't do $6 million. I want to be very, very clear. All they did was create a product and a landing page and a webinar. Their affiliates did the $6 million for them. So they're going to make $3 million because they're paying half of it away. But they have Mike Filsaime. How did I meet Mark Ling? I was speaking at an event in New Zealand, and Mark Ling came up to me and says, Mike, can we have a minute? We sat and we had a cup of coffee in probably 2006 or 2005, back with the World Internet Summit days. And we had a relationship that lasted 15 years that paid back because I just made 100,000 in commissions, and he was one of our top affiliates for a launch a little bit back, and he's going to be in there for our Black Friday. And I say that because when you look at his leaderboard, the different names there, I'm sure Mark has made a relationship with at events. And I look at the different names, I'm like, I know that person. Where did I meet them? At an event. They're at a tiki bar, at these different types of places. So just being able to make relationships that are joint ventures, because we always say people will do anything for you when they know, like, and trust you. If you think people are going to convert for you because you have a good product and it converts well and it will do well for their customers, no, that's a given. That needs to already be in the bag that you hand them. Now it's like, who are you though? Like, what are people saying about you? Are you a good person? Are you trustworthy? Are you're not going to, do something embarrassing 3 years later where I would embarrass that I have a picture next to you. So live events, you get to meet people, and when you can really say, I like that person. They were telling me the story about their ex-husband, or about how they got laid off from the corporate world, or the story with the ring, and you say, we really bonded. And then when that person calls you and says, hey, I'm doing a launch, yeah, just tell me the dates, and vice versa. And then when you need it, and easy money is made in launches. Joint venture partners, I think the three of us here all know the easiest money we've made in the last 12 months was together, just getting on a webinar and talking about our different products to our customers. Easy money. I mean, we work hard after that, right? We've got to fulfill, but the making money part was easy. It's just get a friend to mail, and you find these people at these events. So I'm gonna bring Mike on if he's still here, and we'll wrap up the call. I think a good 90-minute preview was perfect. We'll probably do another one in 2 to 3 weeks, and we planned this in 48 hours. So I want to thank you, Alicia and Angie, for being able to get on a call at a minute's notice, and to Mohammadi, Donna, Donathan and Jason Calori as well, and to Matt Lights and Mike. To you, I'll let you close it out.
Yeah, the event's going to be unbelievable. Tip the cap here to Alicia and to Angie. It's going to be an unbelievable event. GrooveKon is bringing you monetizing traffic. It's a live event. It's in Cocoa Beach, November 3rd through 5th. It's at a lavish beachfront hotel, the type that you typically have to pay $500 a night for. Mike got you arm twisting rates to be for sure. It's going to be tremendous inside of the room. You're going to want to be glued to the seat. Of course, if you want to bring family, it's a wonderful destination hotel. Mike and I went out, spent several days there, and then Mike actually went back out just this last weekend. We spend a lot of time in audio meetings and all kinds of things. We have Skype groups, several abounding dedicated to this event, and really bringing it together magically. Everyone is kind of pulling together. It's that first big after COVID event, especially for members of Groove. Chances are, if you are watching this, there's a pretty decent chance that you either came through me or through one of my incredible affiliates like Alicia. I really believe in what we're doing. What we're going to be sharing is incredibly Groove integrated. It's going to be about starting from scratch, and it's going to be about scaling. You're going to learn how to do e-commerce, affiliate marketing. You're going to learn about automation and how you work these product funnels. Of course, a big devotion of this webinar, the second half of it, was really focused on creating stuff like information products, which of course Groove is wonderful for. I've actually done 7 figures. I added it up on just Groove subdomain pages where I didn't even take the time to actually create a website for it. So there's going to be lots in store for you at the event. We're really looking forward to seeing you and oh, it's right there. Look how beautiful. There it is. Beautiful. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. It's going to be merched out. We have, again, these are your event dog tags. Everyone's going to want them. Yeah, we will see you there.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Angie. There you go, folks. You log into your dash. If you're a platinum member, you log in and you simply click this button here that says reserve your free ticket. That'll take you to a page that I'm not going to open up, because then you'll see the secret URL that allows you to get your free tickets to come to Groove. Or you could just go to GrooveKon.com and pay $497 per person and spend $1,000 to come to the event. Or you can click the pink upgrade. If you haven't upgraded, you'll see a pink upgrade button here, and upgrade to lifetime platinum with Groove. Get the software for life and get 2 free tickets to GrooveKon Presents Monetizing Traffic Live, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. And to everybody that's off camera and the previous speakers as well. Thanks so much, everybody. And Ridgely, I got your text message, a little shout out for Ridgely. He said, Mike, I'm seeing you. Your smile looks good. So thank you. I think it's a good camera angle for me today. All right, everybody. Take it easy. Ridgely, I'll be giving you a call. Mike, thanks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.